Okay, let's start our review for our test number 8. The first thing we're going to review is all the verb conjugations that we have learned throughout this year. The difference between English and Spanish, let's review that, is that in English you can't tell by the verb who is doing the action. In Spanish you can, because each ending in a verb tells you who is doing the action. Okay, like in the example of the verb to run, in English we would just say I run, you run, he runs. It's all run, 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 and then runs. So if you just said run, you have no clue who's doing the action. In Spanish, we have yo corro, tú corres, él corre, nosotros corremos, vosotros corréis, ellos corren. You know, because it ends with an O, the stem plus an O, that means I am the one running. I run. And you with ES at the end, I actually don't even have to put the pronouns, right? We learned that at the beginning. So you need to know what are the suffixes that are put, what are the endings that are put for AR, ER, and IR verbs in the present tense, okay? So remember that AR is different than ER and IR, okay? Remember, memorize those. You will be tested on those. Then I am going to run. This is the present. This is the future that we learn. The future that we learn is kind of a cheating way of doing future because we're not taking the stem of the verb and adding an ending. There is a future tense like that, and that would be like I will run. What we have learned to say is I am going to run. See the difference? I will run is the one that we haven't learned. You would learn that in level 2, where you put the stem and an ending. The one that we have learned during level 1 is I am going to run. Since I'm saying going, I have to use the verb ir, which means to go. Okay? So the verb ir, you have to know the conjugation of it in order to know how to do the future tense. So I am going to run would be yo voy a correr, because voy is that I am going. Okay? Tú, whoops, I messed that up. It's an S. Tú vas a correr. You are going to run. Okay? She is going to run. Ella va a correr. So when we do the future using the verb ir, we don't conjugate the second verb. We leave it in the infinitive form, in the original form. It's called the infinitive form. We only conjugate ir. I am going to run. You don't say, I am going run. You know, you say, I am going to run. So that's why you leave it in the infinitive. Okay? If you're going to eat or whatever you're going to do, it stays in the infinitive, that verb. Swim, nadar, correr, comer, whatever verb you make, okay? So that's how you make the future with ir a plus the infinitive. You have to stick an a in there. You can't just say voy correr. You got to say voy a correr. I'm going to run, okay? So we have that. And then the next one you need to also review and remember is the present progressive. What verb do we need to know in order to do the present progressive? Okay, the present progressive using the verb run would be I am running. Okay, that's the present progressive. What are the two verbs that we know for are, to be? Okay, we know two verbs for that, but we only use one of them. We know ser and we know estar. Both of those verbs mean to be. Okay, but the one that we use is estar. Temporary. I'm doing it right now, but I might not be doing it later. So estar is what we're going to use, okay? So if I want to say I am running, we say estoy corriendo, okay? Correr is an ER verb. If it was an AR verb, okay, notice this ending here for the second verb. I am running. This is the same as your English ing, running, okay? For ER, it's yendo. It is also for IR verbs, it is also yendo, okay? The ending is yendo. For AR verbs, it is ando. That's the ending for AR verbs, okay? So you got to know those. There's yendo for ER, IR verbs, and ando for AR verbs. So if I was talking, which is hablar, I would say estoy. I would take the stem of the verb This is the stem. Don't use the AR, and then because it's an AR verb, I would say hablando. I am talking to you right now. You guys are listening. Ustedes están. I use están because están goes with ustedes. And then I would say escuchando because the verb is escuchar. Escuchar is to listen. Escuchando. Ustedes están escuchando. Yo estoy hablando. Okay? And so that's how you make the progressive tense, the present progressive. Something you're doing right now, okay? Estoy escribiendo if I was writing. Tú estás escribiendo if you are writing, etc., etc. That's why when we do the weather and we say, oh, it is raining outside, we would say está lloviendo because llover is an ER verb, so it requires INDO. Okay, IENDO. Lloviendo, está lloviendo. So if that helps you remember, it's raining. Okay, so for making the present progressive, you have to know estar. Estoy, está, estás, está, estamos, estáis, and están. Okay? Yo estoy hablando. Ustedes están escuchando. No está lloviendo. It is not raining. Estamos en nuestras casas. We are in our houses. I'm sorry. Estamos estudiando en nuestras casas. We are studying in our houses. Estáis comiendo. You are eating. Están trabajando. They are working. Okay, so that's how you make the present progressive. Study that one. That will be on the test. Okay, I know I said that the exam is about the last 3 chapters, but I am including all the verb conjugations plus the last 3 chapters. So those are the 3 main things you need to know. And then you have affirmative and negative to command. Remember, affirmative and negative to command are not a conjugation in the sense that you don't have 6 different endings that you got to learn. It's only for tú. So it's just one form. Okay? For the affirmative to command, if I want you to eat, comer, okay, I would take the verb comer and I would go to the third person to find the same word that I would use for eat. You need to eat. So I would say, como comes, come, él come. So come is my command for you to eat. Okay? So that's how you find it for AR, ER, and IR. Okay? For all of them, you go to the third person, to the él, ella form to find the affirmative command. To find the negative command, you don't go to the él, ella form. You go to the yo stem. Okay? Yo stem. This one you take the whole form. This one you just use the stem of the yo. So for poner example, poner is irregular in the yo form. That's why they ask you to go to the yo form. So you got to go to pongo. Pongo is your yo form. You take the o away and then you add an as. Okay? So for AR verbs, you're going to add an es. For ER and IR verbs, you're going to add an AS at the end. Remember, you have to stick that no in front of it, otherwise it's not a negative command. No pongas el libro sobre la mesa. Don't put the book on the table. No escribas malas palabras. Don't write bad words. No hables con tu vecino. Don't talk to your neighbor. Etc., etc. Okay? So you got to know positive or affirmative commands, and you got to also know negative commands. Okay? The last thing I want to cover is using the verb gustar. Gustar is one of those weird verbs that we don't conjugate according to the person doing the action. All the other verbs, we take the stem of the verb and we change the ending, and that tells us if I am the one doing the action or you or he or she. Okay, but for gustar, I don't know why, but this is the way it is, okay? We use gusta for all of them. If you like something, that's just one thing. And we use gustan if what you like is multiple things, okay? So, what pronoun we stick in front of the gusta or gustan is what tells you who is doing the liking. So the pronouns that we use are me, te, le, os, os, no, nos, os, and les, okay? I know these look like just like the indirect object pronouns, but that's what they use for gustar, for the verb gustar. So if I am the one that likes something, I would say me gusta. If you are the one liking something, te gusta. So we don't change the ending, we keep gusta. All we change is the pronoun that we would stick in front of it, okay? Me gusta, te gusta, le gusta, nos gusta, os gusta, les gusta. Now, if what I like is multiple things, I would say me gustan. If what you like is multiple things, is te gustan, le gustan, nos gustan, os gustan, les gustan, okay? So let's practice that. I am going to give you a couple of sentences, and your extra activity has to do with this that we're going to talk about here. Gusta versus gustan, okay? Gusta versus gustan. But you also got to remember the pronoun in front of it. So if I say, I like big windows, okay? If I like big windows, which I do, okay? Few things to remember. I like doesn't conjugate. We just use gusta or gustan. Now, which one am I going to use? Is windows one thing or many things? It is many things. So I got to use gustan. Okay, so I'm going to use gustan because what I like is many windows. Okay, now when we have an adjective modifying a noun, where do we put the adjective? In English, we say big windows, but in Spanish, we say windows big, okay? So I'm going to say ventanas, and big is grande, but because this has to match the noun that it modifies, I say grandes. Gustan ventanas grandes. Now, I'm the one doing the liking, so what pronoun am I going to stick here? Me gustan ventanas grandes. I like big windows, okay? I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to give you the assignment, the extra activity you're going to do for me. She likes chocolate ice cream, okay? She likes chocolate. Let's say we like. Let's say we. We like chocolate ice cream, okay? So, like is either gusta or gustan, depending on what you're liking. Is chocolate ice cream many things or just one thing? It's only one thing. So we're going to use gusta. Okay? Gusta. Chocolate ice cream. Chocolate is describing ice cream. Ice cream is helado of chocolate, we would say. So we would say de chocolate. Helado de chocolate. Now, we are the one doing the liking. So what pronoun would I stick in here? Nos. Nos gusta el helado de chocolate. Okay, I'm going to raise here your activity for you to translate. So, oops, sorry. I'm trying to make it straight, but I'm doing it backwards. Okay. So, pause it and then copy those, translate them for me. Use either gusta or gustan, and remember the pronouns that go in front of them. Thank you.